Hello and welcome back to We Talk Boxing. And today I'm going to be talking about the up and coming exhibition fight between Ricky Hatton versus Antonio Barrera on Saturday, the 2nd of July at the AO Arena in Manchester. So, currently, as it stands, this fight will be shown live on Sky Sports, and it was meant to be in conjunction with obviously the FuryHunter fight, but that has been postponed. I did do a video on this as well, so hopefully once it gets rescheduled, I could put this video out as well. This fight on the 2nd of July will be Ricky Hatton's first fight in 10 years after his last performance, was a 9th round KO loss to Senchenko back in 2012. So, however, there was a 3-year inactivity for Hatton between this loss to Senchenko and the Pacquiao fight. Hatton's boxing record is an excellent record, having 48 fights in total with 45 wins to his name and 32 KOs, only suffering 3 losses in those 48 fights as well. Those losses previously came to Senchenko, which I've recently just mentioned, Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. The latter two fighters, Pacquiao and Mayweather, will go down in boxing history, and obviously the Hall of Fame as well, because what they've achieved in the sport, and obviously their records as well. Now, obviously, until Ricky Hatton's first loss to Floyd Mayweather back in 2007, which was a 10th round TKO, Hatton never tasted defeat. Although, after this defeat to Floyd Mayweather, he then suffered 2 more defeats, in 4 fights. So, you can see here that, all of Ricky Hatton's defeats have come towards the latter part of his career. Now, Marco Antonio Barrera, on the other hand, hasn't fought since 2011, where he finished his career with a 2nd round TKO victory against Jose Arias. Barrera's record is an excellent record as well, He's had a lot of fights, 74 fights in total with 67 wins to his name, also carrying 44 KOs and only 7 losses. So again, like his record is sensational, to be fair. Like having 74 fights with 7 losses, that's incredible. He's only suffered 1 KO loss as well, and that came back in 2003 against Manny Pacquiao. Obviously, it was 11th round as well, stoppage there. But they also met again, Pacquiao and obviously Barrera. They met again in 2007. This time, obviously, Barrera losing by on points, to Pacquiao. So there's no shame there, He's fought, Pacquiao twice, and obviously 2 different outcomes really. So both men haven't really fought in 10 or more years, and possibly haven't really done much in terms of training up until the fight was announced. We have seen Ricky swell up in body shape in recent years, and this is because he loves to enjoy himself and his lifestyle, such as eating the wrong type of foods and drinking. Although, not much could be said for Barrera, as we don't really see much public photos of him, especially him looking out of shape. However, both men are a lot older compared to when they last fought, meaning getting into fighting fit shape would have been quite tough, especially losing weight, sparring, and obviously boxing conditioning, etc. Also, their speed, their footwork, their sharpness, their timing, and the ability to slip and evade shots will be difficult to compare them now to what they once were. But with a good training camp, they may be able to look maybe 50 to 70% of their former selves as well. These two boxing legends have over 100 professional fights between them, and they have shared the ring with some of boxing's most legendary names, such as Erik Morales, Prince Naseem Hamed, Johnny Tapia, Manny Pacquiao, Manuel Marquez, Amir Khan, Floyd Mayweather, Jose Luis Castillo, Costa Tszyu, Paulie Malignaggi, and many, many more fighters as well. So their physical stats show that Hatton is the slightly taller man by 1 inch, but Barrera is the one with the big 5 centimeter reach advantage compared to Hatton. But Hatton is the man with the bigger KO percentage in their careers, with 67% KO knockout rate in his prime. Now, normally I would talk about who is the more active fighter and who is the boxer who is more on form, but in this case, I can't because both guys are coming out of retirement for one last fight. Also, both fighters could have chose not to take this fight serious and just do a little bit of a camp and turn up on a night and fight and earn a decent wedge for this fight. But I have seen some clips of Hatton on YouTube on the British Board of Boxing TV, and he looks in tremendous shape compared to what I've seen him in recent times. He's also had a good camp with some good sparring sessions with fighters who train at his club, including his son Campbell Hatton as well. However, I haven't been able to find much footage of Barrera's camp, so I'm kind of, I'm unable to comment on his current shape, his fitness level, the kind of camp that he's had really. So I guess it's getting to that time where I make my prediction about the fight and let you guys know who I think will win this fight. But in this case, it's hard to suggest that this guy will beat this guy because both guys haven't really fought in many years and have only recently started getting back into training again. However, what I will say is that I was and I still am a massive Ricky Hatton fan. So I will stick with my guy and I'm going to say that Hatton wins this fight by points or potentially a late stoppage. So one thing, that I think can happen after this fight is that we may see these guys step back into the ring again for another exhibition, depending on obviously how it ends, that is. But we could see these guys fight other legends, such as Mayweather, Pacquiao, maybe De La Hoya again. So it can happen, and it'd be awesome because sometimes, in the past we haven't really got to see these fights, or when we did see them, we saw them too late. But with these guys being retired now, pretty much on even playing field really. So we could see some good legendary fights being made in the near future as well. I'll sit down and watch these fights all day because I'm a big boxing fan, and certain boxing legends, I've got time for, I've got love for really. But anyway, please let me know your thoughts about this exhibition fight and how do you guys see it going and who do you think is going to win this fight. Please subscribe, like, comment and share this video. Bless.